Welcome to the fascinating world of silkworm farming in China, a practice that has been perfected over thousands of years. Silkworm farming, or sericulture, is an integral part of Chinese culture and history, playing a pivotal role in the development of the ancient Silk Road and contributing significantly to the country's economy and cultural heritage. Our journey begins over 4,000 years ago, during the reign of the legendary Yellow Emperor, Huangdi. According to Chinese mythology, it was his wife, Empress Lezu, who discovered the process of silk production. While sipping tea in the royal gardens, a silkworm cocoon supposedly fell into her cup. As she retrieved it, the delicate silk thread began to unravel, leading to the discovery of silk reeling. This serendipitous moment marked the beginning of sericulture in China. From that point forward, the Chinese refined and guarded the secrets of silk production with utmost care. Silk quickly became a symbol of luxury and status, worn by emperors and nobility, and eventually became a highly sought-after commodity worldwide. The Silk Road, an extensive network of trade routes, facilitated the exchange of silk for other valuable goods, spreading Chinese culture and influence far beyond its borders. If you want to know how a Chinese farmers raise millions of silkworms, keep watching and like and subscribe for more farming insights. Today, China remains the world's largest producer of silk, accounting for approximately 70% of the global output. The country's success in sericulture can be attributed to its meticulous farming techniques, advanced technology, and deep understanding of the silkworm's life cycle. We will delve into the historical significance of silkworm farming in China, exploring how this ancient practice has evolved over millennia. We will examine the cultural and economic impact of silk, highlighting key milestones in its history. From the legendary origins to the bustling silk markets of today, we will uncover the story of how China became synonymous with high-quality silk production. Join us as we embark on this journey through time, uncovering the secrets of silkworm farming and the remarkable legacy of Chinese silk. In this video, we delve into the fascinating life cycle of the silkworm, a creature whose transformation from egg to moth is not only a marvel of nature, but also crucial for the production of silk. Understanding this life cycle is fundamental to appreciating the art and science of sericulture. The life cycle of the silkworm consists of 4 distinct stages: egg, larva, caterpillar, pupa, cocoon, and adult moth. Each stage plays a critical role in the production of silk. Stage 1. Egg. The journey begins with the egg. Silkworm eggs are tiny, about the size of a pinhead, and are laid by the female moth shortly after mating. These eggs are kept in controlled environments to ensure the optimal conditions for hatching, which usually occurs within 10 days. Stage 2. Larva. Once hatched, the larvae, or caterpillars, emerge and immediately begin feeding on mulberry leaves. This is the most intensive stage of their life cycle, lasting about 25-30 days. During this period, the silkworms go through several molting phases where they shed their skin to accommodate their rapid growth. By the end of this stage, the caterpillars have grown significantly, up to 70 times their original size. Stage 3. Pupa. When the larvae are fully grown, they begin to spin their cocoons, a process that takes about 2 to 3 days. The caterpillar secretes a liquid silk protein from its salivary glands, which hardens upon exposure to air, forming the silk thread. The caterpillar wraps itself in this thread, creating a protective cocoon where it will undergo metamorphosis. Stage 4. Adult moth. Inside the cocoon, the silkworm transforms into a pupa and eventually into an adult moth. This process takes about 10-14 days. Once the metamorphosis is complete, the moth emerges from the cocoon, ready to mate and lay eggs, thus beginning the cycle anew. Throughout this life cycle, each stage requires precise care and attention to detail. Farmers must ensure the right conditions, temperature, humidity, and food quality to optimize the health and productivity of the silkworms. This meticulous care is what ultimately leads to the production of high-quality silk. It's important to select high-quality silkworm eggs, setting the stage for a successful silk harvest. The quality of the eggs directly impacts the health and productivity of the larvae, making this an essential aspect of sericulture. The first step in selecting high-quality silkworm eggs is understanding the key criteria that determine their viability. Farmers look for eggs that are uniform in size, shape, and color. Healthy eggs are typically oval and have a consistent coloration, usually a pale yellow or gray. Any deviation from this can indicate potential problems with the eggs, such as poor fertilization or disease. The source of the eggs is also crucial. Reputable breeders who have a history of producing robust and healthy silkworms are preferred. These breeders follow stringent guidelines to maintain the genetic quality and health of their stock. By selecting eggs from such sources, farmers increase the likelihood of raising vigorous silkworms that will produce high-quality silk. Once high-quality eggs are selected, they must be sanitized and stored properly. Sanitization helps eliminate any potential pathogens that could harm the larvae. This is typically done using a mild disinfectant. After sanitization, the eggs are stored in a controlled environment with specific temperature and humidity levels to ensure they remain viable until hatching. The ideal storage temperature is around 15-20 Celsius, with a relative humidity of 70-80%. As the hatching period approaches, the eggs are moved to an incubation room where the temperature is gradually increased to around 25 to 28 Celsius. This mimics the natural conditions that trigger hatching. The incubation period lasts about 10 days, during which time the eggs are closely monitored. Proper incubation ensures that the eggs hatch synchronously, which is important for managing the feeding and care of the larvae. Throughout the incubation period, farmers regularly inspect the eggs to assess their viability. Viable eggs will change color as they develop, often turning a bluish hue just before hatching. Any eggs that do not show signs of development are removed to prevent contamination and ensure that only the healthiest larvae emerge. By meticulously selecting and caring for high-quality silkworm eggs, farmers lay the groundwork for a successful and productive silk farming operation. In the next chapter, we will explore how to prepare the rearing environment to provide the best possible conditions for the growing larvae, a crucial step in ensuring the healthy development of silkworm larvae. The right environment maximizes growth and silk production, emphasizing the importance of temperature, humidity, and cleanliness. Proper ventilation is critical. Good airflow prevents the buildup of carbon dioxide and ensures a fresh supply of oxygen, which is vital for the larvae. However, ventilation must be balanced to avoid drafts that could chill the silkworms. Farmers achieve this by strategically placing vents and using fans to circulate air gently. Cleanliness is paramount in silkworm rearing. Farmers thoroughly clean the rearing trays, tools, and the entire environment to prevent contamination by pathogens. Disinfectants are used to sanitize the equipment, and trays are lined with clean paper to provide a hygienic surface for the larvae. Regular cleaning routines are established to maintain a healthy environment throughout the rearing period. Lighting conditions also play a role. Silkworms are sensitive to light, so a soft, diffused lighting setup is used to mimic their natural habitat. This helps maintain a consistent day-night cycle, which is important for their biological rhythms. By carefully controlling these environmental factors, farmers create an optimal rearing space that supports the healthy growth of silkworm larvae. The essential practices of feeding and caring for silkworm larvae, a critical phase in the silk production process. The quality and quantity of food, along with meticulous care, significantly impact the health and productivity of the larvae, ultimately determining the quality of the silk they produce. The mulberry diet. Silkworms primarily feed on mulberry leaves, which provide the necessary nutrients for their growth. Fresh, high-quality mulberry leaves are essential for raising healthy silkworms. Farmers often grow their own mulberry trees or source leaves from trusted suppliers to ensure a consistent and reliable food supply. Feeding begins as soon as the larvae hatch. Initially, they are given tender young mulberry leaves that are chopped into fine pieces to match their small size. As the larvae grow, they are gradually introduced to larger, more mature leaves. Feeding occurs multiple times a day, usually 4 to 5 times, to accommodate the silkworm's voracious appetites. The leaves must be fresh and clean, free from pesticides or contaminants, to ensure the larvae receive optimal nutrition. Maintaining cleanliness in the feeding process is crucial. The rearing trays are cleaned regularly to remove leftover leaves and droppings, preventing the buildup of harmful bacteria and fungi. Fresh paper liners are placed in the trays to provide a clean surface for the larvae. Farmers also wash their hands and tools before handling the leaves and larvae to prevent contamination. Throughout the feeding stage, farmers closely monitor the larva's growth and health. Healthy silkworms are active, with smooth, shiny skin. Any signs of illness, such as discoloration, lethargy, or abnormal behavior, are addressed promptly. Farmers may isolate sick larvae to prevent the spread of disease and adjust environmental conditions or diet as needed to support recovery. Silkworms go through several molting stages where they shed their skin to accommodate growth. During these periods, known as instars, the larvae temporarily stop feeding. Farmers recognize these stages by the larvae's behavior and appearance, such as becoming inactive and developing a darker head. Providing a calm, stable environment during molting is crucial for successful transitions. By ensuring proper nutrition and care, farmers lay the groundwork for healthy, productive silkworms. Cocoon formation marks a pivotal moment in the life cycle of the silkworm, transforming from a feeding larva to a silk-producing pupa. We explore the intricate process of cocoon formation and the meticulous methods farmers use to harvest these cocoons, ensuring high-quality silk production. Once the silkworm larvae have reached their full size, typically after about 25-30 days of feeding, they enter the spinning stage. The larvae's bodies become translucent and they lose interest in food, signaling that they are ready to spin their cocoons. Farmers prepare for this stage by placing special spinning frames or racks in the rearing environment. These frames provide the larvae with the structure they need to begin spinning. During the spinning process, the silkworms secrete a protein-based liquid silk from their salivary glands. This liquid hardens upon contact with air, forming a continuous silk thread. Over the course of 2 to 3 days, each silkworm spins approximately 1 kilometer, which is about 0.62 miles of silk thread, creating a protective cocoon around itself. The spinning is a labor-intensive process for the silkworm, as it meticulously moves its head in a figure-8 pattern to lay down the silk fibers. Throughout the spinning process, farmers closely monitor the larvae to ensure they are forming healthy, dense cocoons. The environment's temperature and humidity are carefully regulated to support optimal cocoon formation. Any irregularities in the cocoon's structure or appearance can indicate issues with the larvae's health or environmental conditions, which farmers address promptly. Once the silkworms have completed their cocoons and entered the pupal stage, the harvesting process begins. Timing is crucial. Cocoons are harvested before the adult moths emerge, which would damage the silk fibers. Farmers gently collect the cocoons and sort them based on quality, discarding any that are damaged or irregular. After harvesting, the cocoons undergo a drying process to kill the pupae inside, preventing them from transforming into moths and breaking the silk threads. The dried cocoons are then ready for the next stage of silk production, reeling, where the silk threads are unwound and prepared for further processing. Cocoon formation and harvesting are critical steps in the journey from silkworm to silk. Once the cocoons have been harvested and dried, the delicate process of silk reeling begins. This chapter delves into the intricacies of transforming cocoons into fine silk threads, a skill that requires both precision and patience. The first step in silk reeling is to soften the sericin, the natural glue that holds the silk fibers together in the cocoon. To do this, cocoons are soaked in hot water, which loosens the sericin and allows the silk threads to be unwound more easily. The temperature and duration of soaking are carefully controlled to ensure the silk remains intact and undamaged. Once the cocoons are adequately softened, the reeling process begins. Skilled workers gently brush the cocoons to find the loose end of the silk thread, known as the silk filament. Several filaments are gathered together and fed into the reeling machine, which twists them into a single, stronger thread. This process is known as reeling or filature. The number of filaments combined can vary depending on the desired thickness and quality of the silk thread. The reeling machine plays a crucial role in maintaining the consistency and uniformity of the silk thread. The machine's speed and tension must be meticulously managed to produce a smooth, continuous thread without breaks or knots. This step is essential for ensuring the high quality of the final silk product. Throughout the reeling process, quality control measures are in place to monitor the thread's uniformity and strength. Any inconsistencies are detected early and corrected to maintain the standard of the silk. The workers' expertise and attention to detail are paramount in producing premium silk threads. After reeling, the silk threads are carefully wound onto spools and allowed to dry. Once dried, the silk is inspected again for any defects and then bundled into hanks or skeins for further processing. These bundles are then ready to be dyed, woven, or otherwise processed into various silk products. Modern silk reeling operations increasingly consider sustainability and ethical practices. Efforts are made to reduce water usage, implement eco-friendly methods, and ensure fair labor practices. This approach not only benefits the environment and workers, but also appeals to a growing market of environmentally conscious consumers. The art of silk reeling is a testament to the blend of traditional craftsmanship and modern technology, ensuring the creation of high-quality silk threads. Moving forward, we will explore the dyeing and weaving processes that further transform these threads into beautiful silk fabrics. With the silk threads reeled and bundled, the next step in the journey is the dyeing process. This uncovers the vibrant world of silk dyeing, where threads are transformed into a kaleidoscope of colors through traditional and modern techniques. In many parts of China, silk dyeing remains a deeply traditional craft. Artisans use natural dyes derived from plants, minerals, and even insects. These natural dyes not only produce rich, earthy colors, but are also environmentally friendly. The dyeing process begins by preparing the silk threads. They are first washed to remove any residual sericin and impurities, which ensures the dye adheres evenly. The threads are then soaked in the dye baths, where the temperature and duration are carefully controlled. Different natural dyes require different conditions to produce the desired hues. For instance, indigo provides deep blues, while madder root yields vibrant reds. The artisan's knowledge of these natural resources and their skill in manipulating the dye baths are critical in achieving consistent, beautiful colors. Alongside traditional methods, modern dyeing techniques have also been adopted to meet the demands of mass production and a wider range of colors. Synthetic dyes offer greater consistency and a broader spectrum of shades, from delicate pastels to bold, bright colors. The process involves dissolving synthetic dyes in water and then submerging the silk threads. Advanced machinery ensures uniform dyeing, and automated systems control the temperature and agitation of the dye baths for precision results. Among the various dyeing methods, tie-dye and resist dyeing hold a special place. These techniques create intricate patterns and designs on the silk. Tie-dye involves tying the silk in specific ways before dyeing, resulting in unique patterns when the ties are removed. Resist dyeing uses wax or other materials to block certain areas of the silk from absorbing the dye, creating detailed, contrasting designs. After dyeing, the silk threads undergo thorough rinsing to remove excess dye and are then dried. Quality control is crucial at this stage to ensure the colors are even and vibrant. Any imperfections are identified and corrected before the threads move on to the next phase of production. The dyeing process breathes life and color into the silk threads, setting the stage for their transformation into stunning fabrics. Stay with us as we continue to explore the intricate art of silk production in China. Weaving transforms the dyed silk threads into beautiful, intricate fabrics. This chapter explores the various weaving techniques and the skillful craftsmanship behind creating high-quality silk textiles. In many Chinese villages, traditional hand looms are still used to weave silk. These looms, operated by skilled artisans, allow for the creation of intricate patterns and designs. The weaving process involves interlacing the warp, vertical threads, and weft, horizontal threads, to form the fabric. Each pass of the shuttle, which carries the weft thread, is carefully controlled to ensure even tension and a tight weave. While traditional methods are cherished, modern weaving machines have revolutionized silk production. These machines can produce large quantities of silk fabric with consistent quality and complex patterns. Jacquard looms, for instance, allow for detailed designs to be woven directly into the fabric by controlling each warp thread individually. Regardless of the method, precision and attention to detail are paramount. Skilled weavers and advanced machinery work in tandem to ensure that each piece of silk fabric is of the highest quality. Regular inspections during the weaving process help identify and correct any flaws, ensuring the final product is flawless. Weaving is the culmination of the silkworm's journey, transforming simple threads into luxurious fabrics. After weaving, the silk fabrics undergo several processes to enhance their quality and prepare them for distribution. Once woven, the silk fabrics may undergo various finishing treatments to achieve desired characteristics such as smoothness, luster, and texture. These treatments can include washing, steaming, or applying special finishes to enhance the silk's appearance and feel. Finishing also includes inspecting the fabric for any imperfections and ensuring it meets quality standards. After finishing, the silk fabrics are carefully packaged to protect them during storage and transportation. They are typically rolled onto bolts or folded neatly, depending on the fabric type and intended use. Packaging ensures that the silk remains pristine and ready for further processing or direct sale to customers. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey through the world of silk production in China. From the cultivation of mulberry trees and raising silkworms to the intricate processes of reeling, dyeing, weaving, and finishing, each step showcases the dedication and craftsmanship involved in creating luxurious silk textiles. We hope you've gained a deeper appreciation for the artistry and tradition behind this ancient industry. Stay tuned for more insights into the world of textiles and craftsmanship. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to continue exploring with us.